Alrighty. Hello, everybody. Welcome back. Welcome back. How are you guys doing tonight? Let me see here. We've got hello while running. Hello, King Coffee. Hello, Pocket Mochas. Hello, Dr. Smug. Hello, Ian. Hello, Boo. Hello, Ginger. How are you guys all doing tonight? I hope you're having a wonderful end to your weekend. How's it going, everybody? Oh, right, let me do a couple things here. Yeah. Please let me know if the sound levels are okay. Hello, Danish. How's it going? Welcome in, everybody. Digital friend group hangout in less than half an hour. Well, I hope it is a very good time. You just came back from YomaCon and ready to die in your bed after spending the weekend on a wacky couch. I see. Was it at least a good time? I hope it was fun. I have not been to a convention in a hot minute, actually. I didn't really go to any this year. I'd like to go back to one again. Hey, of your 9 friends, 2 live in different cities, so you're all playing Jackbox over Discord. That's awesome. I hope it's a good time. Very good. The new chair is really cleaning up, and they genuinely want to make the con better and fix it. That's awesome. I'm glad to hear that. Very glad to hear that. But yeah, there's a couple conventions nearby that we go to sometimes, yearly, I guess, but we didn't go last year. This year. It's not end of the year yet, so no getting conned by the con. No. The closest thing to conventions I did this year were Frosty Fastings and Combo Breaker, which, aren't entirely conventions, but they're also not, entirely not conventions, right? So, thank you so much for the resub, Dr. Smug. I appreciate it very, very much. Yeah, it's actually kind of interesting because, going to Frosty Fasting, going to the majors, the fighting game majors, each year, sort of took the place of some of my convention going. Happy ASMR Smith. How's it going, Pojo? I hope you're doing well. How's it going? I hope you're having a good night. There's the alert. Thank you for the watch stream, Ing. 3-stream streak. Let's go. There is cosplay in an artist alley at a bunch of nerds. Frosty's is a con. It's true. It's pretty close. Yeah, it's very, very close. Same thing with Combo Breaker. It's the way I've put it before is that going to a fighting game major like that feels very, very similar to going to a convention, just if you swapped the ratio of gaming room to everything else, right? Whereas with conventions you have a lot of lobby space and a big artist alley or dealer hall and panel stuff and a big cosplay contest kind of thing, but a little room to the side for games and stuff. Frosty or Combo Breaker are the opposite of that, where you have a lot of gaming spaces because that's the point, and then a little bit of space for artist alley and cosplay and everything else. So last con you went to was Otakon many moons ago. I see. There's a couple conventions I'd really like to go to again soon. We might do, there's a local anime convention. I say local. There's a larger regional anime convention that we've gone to in the past that I would like to go to again. Outside of all of that, I know a couple of other people have asked if and when I'm going to TwitchCon, and I would like to. Would you call Ren Fair a con? I mean, I would say it's convention adjacent. I don't know if it's entirely a convention. I mean, it's sort of its own kind of thing, I think. But it's not entirely dissimilar. It's just big. I would compare Ren Fair more to I think Ren Fair is halfway between a convention and a theme park almost, right? Sort of, I think. Kind of like that, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, I'd like to do TwitchCon at some point, just because I know a lot of my fellow VTuber friends are like go to those, and it would be a lot of fun. It would be good, but I don't know when that will happen. Thank you for the posture check, the head pats, and the hydrate, Callium. Just woke up. Hope all is good. Yes, thank you. Oh, I just realized one of the Callium's presents just reminded me that I have not turned this back on. Let me turn this back on. Can I find this here real quick? Because it's supposed to be on. There it is. Okay, I've turned the Ada redeem back on. Anyways, yeah, things are going well. Had a relatively low-key weekend, I would say. How about you guys? Did you guys have a good weekend? I hope it was nice. Did you do any fun things? Eat any yummy foods? Go anywhere exciting? Anything like that? We did a little bit of like some chore kind of stuff over the weekend. Don't got points, sadly, but you'll be a more active lurker to build them. For sure. I'm sure you'll get them back soon enough. You got to meet a friend for coffee. It's hard making friends as an adult. That is extremely true. Like, it's in a lot of ways, like, because like, so the larger friend group I have locally are mostly like people that I've met through other existing friends, kind of like, and like I know like a bunch of my friends locally are like friends Suzu had from like college and stuff, from like school. So like that's just kind of like a thing. Like it's hard because like we don't always have a chance to like get out and meet people so much. In a way, I'm kind of lucky that like streaming has kind of given me an opportunity to meet some people and like make friends in that space, and that's kind of cool. But like you do kind of, as an adult, almost need, I guess, excuses. Excuses is the wrong word, but like, you know what I mean? Like it's hard when you're not like doing something that involves a group of people, right? Oh, just to throw this out there, let me see here. As usual, we have our trigger list for you guys out there. If you want to use your channel points to request some things, 3DO mic is back on. Otherwise, I'll probably just do some yapping and a little bit of things as I think to do them. Ooh, wait, this might be something. And something, a little bit, kind of. But yeah, I think it's like, because I'm thinking about like, I'm trying to think, most of my friends, most of the more recent friends I've made have been through streaming. Other than that, it's been, I guess, interacting in various like fandom spaces and stuff that I've met some people. And aside from that, it's like people from school, right? Like, it's hard when like when you are in a place with like a bunch of other people, right? And like you're there all the time. So like school is like that, right? Then it becomes a lot easier to make friends because you're going to be there all the time. So it's like you may as well like hang out with people, right? But once you're not in that space, and like work is sometimes like conducive to that, but other times it's not, right? Because like you don't necessarily have a lot in common with coworkers and stuff, right? You keep forgetting to send your care package from Taiwan. Sadly, not really any snacks, but some fun gifts. Aw, well, I appreciate it, Pakamokas, very much. You really didn't have to do that, but I do appreciate it. But yeah, so yeah, I guess point being, like, maintaining friendships as an adult is also really hard, right? Because like, obviously we get very busy, and so like maintaining, like finding the opportunity to do a lot of that kind of thing, of like making time to meet up with people, or like meeting up with people, going places, stuff like that. You kind of have to plan for it, because otherwise, like, it's just very, very easy to get caught up in a lot of the, day-to-day stuff, right? So, but yeah, you love New Year's because you get to see your college best friends again. That's awesome. We used to have, like, New Year's Eve used to be like a big get-together with our local friends, but that hasn't really happened as much lately. But it's okay. Still happens from time to time. We still have opportunities to kind of hang out with everybody. So, Beep Boop Lurking, thank you so much, Calamardi. Welcome in. Welcome in. Thank you for the lurk. I appreciate it very much. I think I asked this earlier, but just in case, please let me know if the sound levels are okay. If the music is too loud, if I'm too loud, or if anything is too quiet. You're here to lurk, playing games and snuggling with the wifey. Fantastic. I'm glad to hear it. For Halloween, you got to hang out with some of your neighbors for the first time since you started living here. How was everybody's Halloween? Did anybody do something, like, cool for that? We didn't really do much for ours. We just we hung out together, Suzu and I. We watched Over the Garden Wall. And we had, like a fruit pie. Although I think we had the fruit pie yesterday. Actually, now that I think about it, we didn't have it on Friday. Well, regardless. Was at the con for it, but you celebrated your mom's birthday since she was born between the 30th and the 31st. Between the 30th? Wait. How does that... Wait. Which one was it? Like, there's not a day in between the 30th and the 31st. Was she, like, born at, like, 11:59 and, like, 0.99 seconds? She was not fully out on the 30th, and the day turned over, and she was fully out and born on the 31st. I see. So she was born on the 31st. Thank you for the head pads, cool kid. Yes and no. Thank you for the hydrate. Oh, and also, as usual, we do have. Just gonna have to take your. Okay, I'll take your word for it. We do have the fizzy water tonight. It has not been redeemed yet. Tonight's fizzy water is another Dragon Whispers, which is a fruit bomb with a tropical punch. Punch. Thank you for the posture check. So I spent this weekend working on a thing. Oh my gosh, thank you so much, Nacho Queso, for the follow. I appreciate it. Welcome in. You are officially a collider. If you have any trigger requests you'd like to make, you can do exclamation point triggers to get the list, and there are channel point redeems for requesting them. Queso, yeah, queso is good. Finish labbing Matera. Goal is Silver Master for now. You can definitely get that. Don't doubt that for a second, Eng. I did wind up getting back on and playing some Grand Blue before stream tonight. Because like the servers were down for like a while earlier. So I didn't quite make it back up to I think S++1, I think I'm still in 2. But I came close. I think I'm like at the what is it? 20,300 mark. Something like that, and 20,400 is S++1 again. Managed to close out the set I did at the end before getting ready for stream with a perfect, which felt kind of wild to do, actually. It's always a little weird to me when I get those, because I don't get them very often. So, but yeah, still working on Meg. Same here. They happen to me a lot. I don't get them very often myself, so. Yeah, I'm still having fun with it. It's actually kind of weird, with Meg, with this climb, I almost, in a way, I don't know if I'm ready to play her in the Master Rank queues. So, in a way, the fact that I've kind of been hovering in the upper, in the upper S++ ranks has kind of been fine, because it means I get to keep playing her in that range, I guess. I don't know. It's been weird. I have been enjoying my time with her, though. She's a lot of fun, but, I don't want to stop playing her after I get her to Masters. But also, I'm not ready to play her in the Master queues, I don't think. Although maybe I am. Who knows? I think at this point, a lot of the people in the S++ queues are in the S++ ranks are people on alts, or Master rank players on alts anyways. So how different will it be? I don't know. We'll see. But in any case, it's been a fun time. So I did some of that this weekend. Has it gotten cold where we are? It's finally in the low 60s for the highs 2 weeks ago. And yeah, it's been cold. Not freezing cold, but cold. But we've been in the 40s, basically 40s and 50s. A lot of the characters you pretty much don't play after Master. That's basically exclusive for Fairy and Matera. Yeah, I mostly have been playing Versusia in the Master queues. A little bit of Jita. I'll probably try to play some Meg in Mastering queues. I guess there's not really reasons I couldn't play some of the others, but it's just, I don't know. I'm not that, I guess, motivated necessarily to climb with a lot of the characters that aren't my main or like my immediate alts, I guess. I don't know. Well, in any case, I'm very close now with Meg, so we'll see what happens if and when I get there. So yeah, did a little bit of that this weekend. Spent some time working on a thing I'm going to post to YouTube tomorrow. Yes. I guess I don't need to be coy about it. It's a trailer for my debut stream for the new model. I put together a little trailer for it. I'm actually kind of proud of how it came out. I think it came out good. The only thing I have to figure out is like, hello, Commander James. How's it going? The only thing I still have to figure out is like, whether or not, I have to figure out when trailer drops tomorrow. Probably, I guess I need to upload it, before noon, probably. I'll try to have it go live tomorrow. And obviously I'll post it in the Discord and such. Hello, Zerby. How's it going? Here, let me rescue you from the side over here. Oh, I can't. Oh, there we are. There we go. Cool. I'll post it in the Discord and on like socials and stuff. I might actually break my silence over on Twitter to post my trailer over there too, I guess. I don't really do much with my Twitter anymore, but yeah, I might drop the trailer over on there too. So you'll go out of work at noon. I mean, it's not the debut. It's not the debut itself. It's just the trailer. It's just the trailer for it. You can just like watch it on your phone. It's fine. You just read on Twitter. Yeah, I don't really even go there to read anything anymore because like, I don't know, it's not great over there. So like, I barely keep up with Blue Sky as it is. Which is to say I don't really, so I'm just kind of bad at social media in general. It's just not a thing I'm very good at, so but the thing I still need to figure out before I post the video, because like you even gave up on Blue Sky, a lot of people did. Social media is pretty bad in general. It's not great. I mess with it because it's kind of supposed to be important for like engagement and shit for like streaming stuff, but man, I don't like having to do it. I really don't. If I didn't feel like I was supposed to, I guess, I probably wouldn't bother. But it's a thing I'm supposed to do, and I kind of only barely like fulfill my obligations, I guess, in that regard. It's not great. I'm not good at it, but I should probably try to get better. But will the new model have a new blankie for ASMR nights? Well, it might have the same blankie, because like this is wearable, obviously, so, but yeah, probably the same blankie. Possibly a different color. I have to take a look, see what I can do. Thank you for oh my gosh, thank you for the watch streak while running 3 stream streak is awesome. So the thing I still have to figure out is like if I'm going to do, so the debut I can tell you guys the date right now. The model debut will be happening on Friday, November 14th. And The only question that I still have to answer for myself and for everybody else like us too is whether it will be whether I will start it at noon or at 2 p.m. Central. So I have to figure that part out still. On the one hand, I'm like, if I started at 12, I can go for 12 hours. But also, I don't know if starting it at 2 p.m. makes it more likely people can be there. I don't know. Your Steam Deck will be arriving next week? Oh, that's awesome. Oh my gosh. But yes, Friday, November 14th, I'll be streaming all weekend long. It's going to kind of also double as like my anniversary stream, sort of, even though it's not over my anniversary anymore. But, you know, it still counts, right? I didn't do an anniversary stream this year specifically because the model was so close to being done. So, yeah, this is actually, weirdly enough, my last ASMR stream before the new model, because I will be gone next weekend because I will be celebrating a different kind of anniversary next weekend. So, you know, there's that. So yeah, this is actually the last ASMR stream with this model, which is a weird thought. A very, very weird thought to me, but I'm excited though. I'm very, very excited. I think it's gonna be fun. Yeah, I'll be streaming all day on Friday. I'll be streaming probably a little. I'm not gonna be doing like 3 12-hour streams in a row, but it'll be a 12-hour stream probably on Friday if I start at noon. And then probably more like an 8-hour stream or so Saturday and Sunday. So yeah. So we'll see. But yeah. So that trailer will be going out tomorrow around either 10 a.m. or noon, I'm not sure, whenever I'm able to get it up and out there. I'm, like I said, kind of proud of the editing on it. I think I did an okay job with it, so anyways, yeah, so that was my weekend. Oh right, we also went to speaking of wearable blankets, we went to Costco this weekend, and I got a wearable blanket, basically kind of like what I have on here. So I should put it in the previews of movie theaters. Oh my god. Well, hopefully it's even a 10th as good as that would be, I guess. I don't know. We'll see. I've been I've been pretty happy with, I mean, maybe that's presumptuous for me to say. I think I've been pretty happy with how much I guess better, that I've gotten with video editing lately. I hope that's been kind of showing through in the shorts, because I guess if you guys didn't know, I edit all of those shorts myself. I don't have an editor currently, so those are all made by me. Yay, new skills. Yeah. It's been fun. I've been enjoying doing them. It's a lot of time, but it's been enjoyable, and I think I've been getting decent at them. So, but yeah, I mean, a lot of it comes out of too, you guys make pretty good clips sometimes. So, sometimes it's very, very easy to make some of those shorts because it's yes, this clip is a short. Yes. So I guess, incentive for continuing to do those, because there is a strong chance that clipped moments become shorts. Anyways. So, yeah, I'm wearing a blanket. I'm just so clippable. Thank you, I think. I don't know. Sometimes it's because I'm funny, like on purpose, and other times it's because I'm a little dumb, but that's okay. So, it's fine. Let me see here. But yeah. But yeah, our Halloween was pretty low key, like I said. Not a whole lot happening. We've had in the past, like, some Halloween, like, get-togethers and stuff with friends. We kind of a little bit did this year. It just happened earlier in October. It was the reason why I was out one of the weekends earlier well, I guess it's not this month anymore. It's November now, but ooh, let me try this. Hang on. I want to try. I have an idea. This is a very, very fuzzy, very soft, wearable blanket, which makes me wonder what would happen if I did this. How is that? That do make the tinglies? Good. It's supposed to. This is very, very soft. Very, very fuzzy. Very, very tingly. So in the near future, probably not. I mean, obviously, wasn't this week, and won't be next weekend. I don't think either. I think if I do wind up doing definitely not next weekend because I'm gonna be busy. And probably not the debut weekend. I think if I do anything ASMR-esque on the debut weekend, it might be like some more Minecraft or something. That probably will be what we close out with, is some Minecraft. I have been working on getting, mods and shaders and stuff back installed on that, so it should be a little bit more pretty to look at next time we do that. So yeah, that's good. I'm playing around with what those might look like because there's various shaders and stuff, and I want to play around with them and come up with some good ones that might be good to use on an ASMR stream and stuff. But I'm there. It's already pretty good. Pocket mochas. Aw, thank you. I appreciate it. Hopefully, not hopefully, next time it'll be, with a slight upgrade also. So, but yeah. So, I want to upgrade the game in the same way that I'm already going to be upgrading myself. So, but of course, like I said before, and especially because you guys have seen, well, presumably you guys have seen the new model preview, because I did the reveal last week. Presumably you've seen the new model and what it looks like. So you know that I don't look entirely different. I'll still look pretty familiar, just a little more detailed and with a lot better movement. So it'll be good. I am like kind of happy that it's not gonna look entirely different. I'll still look like me, you know? Because like Yami is a great model mama. I'm very, very happy with this model that she made for me and that you guys have gotten used to and fallen in love with. And so with this new era of the stream, it will still be the same sucrose that you guys have gotten used to, just a little bit, just a little bit, just a little bit better, and a little bit more polished, and a little bit better animated. Yeah. I'm excited. You heard there may have been a new furry friend that was supposed to come home on Halloween. Okay, so, yes, about that. That is still going to be a thing. It just didn't happen yet. It did get postponed. So, the furry friend in question, needed to spend some more time with the vet because there was one of her litter mates tested positive for something fairly serious, so they needed to make sure that the rest of the litter was okay. So yes. So, we are supposed to hear back from the shelter soon. So we might be getting them next weekend instead. Unless, obviously, more happens, or if there's still more that they need to, do with that, I guess. Worst case scenario, well, I guess let's not talk about the worst case scenario, obviously, but functionally, if it turns out that this particular furry friend is not adoptable, then we will find another one. Because we're ready. It's been a year, a little bit over now, since we had to say goodbye to Poe. And so, we've had some time, and it's time to welcome another friend into the family. Whether it's this one or if it's a different one, that's totally, either of those are good outcomes, right? So only a matter of time. It might be next week, it might not be, but soon. And I'm sure we will wind up sharing pictures when that happens. Of course, Spike Grimmy. Of course. There you go. But, yes, so, we'll see. It'll be soon. Definitely soon. Speaking the language of the gods, or the language of the gouds. Yeah. Anyways. Let me see here. Let me see. Whispers. Absolutely. Give me 1 second. Oh, right, that doesn't work here. That's okay. I can just manually time it. Actually, it's 9:45 right now. So that works perfectly, because it just means that for the next 5 minutes, for the next 5 minutes, for the next 5 minutes, I will be whispering for you guys, and only whispering for you guys, for the next 5 minutes. So, hopefully that is good. Hopefully that is good. Very, very, very good. Very, very, very good. How is it going, everybody? I hope that you're having a very relaxing evening tonight, and that you're getting ready for a good night's sleep before a new week. Like I was saying earlier, in an upcoming week, probably not, well, definitely not next week, and probably not the week after, but possibly the week after that, I have, courtesy of While Running, I have another diorama box book nook model kit to make on stream. So if you enjoyed that last time around, there will be more of that soon. Very, very soon. In a couple weeks. And hopefully it is good, and that you guys enjoy it. The podcast will indeed be on for that, and it will be very, very good, hopefully. I feel like I learned a little bit from the last one, and hopefully this time around will be even more smooth and enjoyable for you all to watch and listen to. So, yeah, there is that. I'm looking forward to it. The first one was definitely a lot of fun to put together, and I'm looking forward to doing another one. At some point, I'd also like to try to get those keycaps. I may wind up buying them myself, because it would be a lot of fun, I think, to replace my keyboard keycaps with something nice and cute, and then I will be able to give you guys some nice typing, very nice typing ASMR. In another minute, once the whisper trigger is over, I might do a little bit of typing for you guys right now. In 1 more minute, once this whisper routine is complete. In 1 more minute. Only 1 more minute. Almost there. Now it's a little bit closer. And now it's even my watch. It's still just a little bit closer. But it's not here yet. Because I guess when you're looking for a minute to pass, you start realizing just how long a minute actually can be. Okay, now it's over. So there's that. Let me see here. If I move stuff here, do I still have? I think at one point I had a text thing on the screen. I don't appear to now. I'm doing well. Hello, Urban. How are you? Okay, let me put this up here. And let's select my font. Let me do something like this. I don't know, 50? Sure. So, doing good? You saw Wicked live for the first... Ooh, so like live in like theater? Like... What? Why is it going that way? Let me see. Is there more? Select font, maybe? I think I have to go... Oh, I guess... Here, let me center it. Where and why? Whoops. Oh, why is it going backwards? What is this about? There. Okay. You saw play live. That's really cool. I've seen the movie or I guess I saw the movie in theaters last year, but I have not seen the play live like that yet. I'm looking forward to the next movie very soon, since I think it comes out for the end of the year. Yeah. Yep. Is this doing anything for anyone? Is this good cookies? I hope the microphone is picking it up. Okay. Anyways, how are you guys? You get to see me make typos in real time. Fall. It's picking up well, I'm glad. I am very excited for you guys to see the new model in just 12 days. I can count. Yep. You love that keyboard sounds? I still haven't figured out all of what I will be streaming on the debut, or I guess re-debut weekend yet. But I think it will be a very good time. Good. And just a little bit spooky. Okay, more than a little. You never thought you'd say this, but you are sick of eating rice now? Hello, Zen. How's it going? How's it going? This is ASMR, an ASMR stream. I'm currently doing some typing so that the microphone can pick up my clicky mechanical keyboard. This is a nice stream. You can talk in this one. Wait, you couldn't talk in another one? Welcome in, Milkman. Thank you for the first time chat. It's good to see you here. Challenge mode to type out a love letter from my new model to my current model. That is a wild. Okay, all right. Dear Sweetgrass, you are super cute. It's true. I know that there have been times that you have doubted this, but it is true nonetheless. You think I fought Freak Master the other day? He's having a hard time getting Meg to Master rank. Wait, are you talking to somebody else, Ing? Or are you talking to me? I'm not sure. I might have? Oh, Zen. I see. No, you're fine. Your account isn't verified. Oh, so, with the unverified accounts, I believe you can talk in my stream, but you have to have been following for a certain amount of time for that to be a thing. So you probably have been following for long enough now that the unverified account is like able to chat now. I don't know what else to say in this thing. Hang on, this is hard. Is the piano cover reached to the start? Yes, it is. I feel like I don't know what to say in the rest of this Pokemon because you gave me a hard one. You gave me a very hard, very difficult one. I'm already bad at affirmations for myself. You've put in a lot of good work. And we're not going anywhere anytime soon. Guess what? You'll still be present as a redeem in the future. Casual Sucrose will live on in the stream for ever. I'm not going anywhere, and I'm not going to be that different, really. just be me, but more. Sucrose, but the next steps. Or something. Kind of. I don't know where I'm going with this. Anyways, you're doing fantastic. Keep it up, and we'll both be having fun times in the future. Love, Sucrose. Yay. Anyways. There. Was that good enough, Pocket Mochas? Did I successfully complete the request? Let me see here. Let me catch up on chat. I did just fine. Thank you. I appreciate it. Let me see here. Let me see. Talking about Grandly stuff. Grinding Meg 2 after Galleon feels so much easier. Galleon is a very different kind of character, for sure. Galleon's big issue is that she's slow. That sounds about right. Strong character, lack of neutral skips. Yeah, I mean, grapplers, generally speaking, don't often get neutral skips. Let me see. I did see you got Anilla to master rank, and congrats on that. Buffs are nice. Yeah, they definitely did some work for her. You must depart, unfortunately. I hope I could rest this team. Absolutely, Milkman. You probably already left, but that's okay. I hope you have a good night regardless. Even though you didn't get a chance to hear me say that, but that's okay. That's okay. Might take a break from leveling other characters to return to Nirmaya. You noticed that you've been letting your Narm piloting rust while you were at your last local needed to rest. That's understandable. I would like to think my time on Meg hopefully is helping with some of my with maybe some of my other deficiencies in other character stuff. I don't know. But also I haven't been playing Versusia very much. So, like, let me see here. You want to get Fairy and Matera to Gold Master at least. Debating learning Fairy, but you're waiting to see what they cook with Elsa first. You want Elsa to be a zoner, but I kind of don't know what else she would be unless they go with like a gun kata kind of like rushdown character, but then Meg was just rushdown, so like I don't think they would do two characters like that in a row. So like I think it's very, very likely she's going to be a zoner. I don't really know what else they would do with her. Let me see here. Right, the grapplers don't typically get neutral skips. Why did you give Pot like 4 neutral? I mean, look, Potemkin is a case study in things, I guess. I don't know. Let me see. No Vermilion's technically a thing, but with Meg, Elsa would be a zoner. Right. That's like the thing. Like I could see them doing that, but again, like Meg just happened, and Meg was like, if Meg hadn't been like full on like maximum rushdown like she currently like she is, then I think there might have been a chance that Elsa might have been that kind of thing. But because Meg came out the way she did, I don't think they'll do that with Elsa. I just don't. I don't think it's likely. They could do Uni 2 Kaguya, which I don't know. I haven't played Uni 2 enough. If I'm remembering the character we're talking about, I think she was like kind of a pseudo zoner. So like that might be that might be a thing, right? If Ilsa is like not full zoner, but like maybe like kind of zoner rushdown hybrid sort of, but hopefully not in the way that Matera is that, because that's a little much, but probably hopefully a little bit more like, maybe more like Fairy is kind of a shorter range zoner, right? Didn't look like a traditional zoner because she had lots of guns flying everywhere. I think she's more gun kata, right? Like more gun kata rushdown, but like, I don't know. I think there's room for Ilsa to be something like that, I think, of like a like maybe shorter ranged zoner, so to speak. You're reminding yourself that Matera FL hits low. Yes. Yeah, Matera is a bit much right now, but is what it is. So, but yeah, I don't know. We'll see what happens, I suppose. Hello, Rex. Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. How are you doing tonight, Rex? I hope that you're doing very, 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 very well tonight. Let's see here. Like trying to think where I could go from here as far as like playing around with more sound stuff. Ooh, these might be interesting because they're a little different on the texture. I'm gonna try it. Someone made a Chrome extension that hides all website content except ads. So like a reverse ad blocker? Oh, I guess just because they thought it was funny. That's probably the reason. Kind of not a serious thing for people to use, but kind of like, I don't know, reverse ad blocker sounds like kind of a bit. So, anyways, let's take these. Let's take both of these and do this with them. I think I liked this better, actually, for that. I'm gonna go back and do this again. Oh, wait, do these make sounds if I do something like this? Oh, they kind of do, actually. Okay. So then if I take them then and go like this. Hopefully that's not too loud. I hope that's not too loud. Please let me know if that's too loud. That's a new sound, is it? Is it though? Right here, like this. when you mentioned that, did you enjoy the play? Did you have a good time seeing it? Was it good? Was it fun? I hope it was. Thank you for the head pats, Dr. Smug. Hopefully it was good. Ooh, I'm gonna do this. Hang on. It was wonderful. You had a huge smile on your face the entire time. That's awesome. Like I said, I'm very excited to get to see the movie, the next movie soon, I think, right? Like, when does that come out? Hang on, let me take a look. When does that come out? Like, very soon, I think. Oh, end of this month. November 21st, 2025. Cool. So, definitely going to see that soon. It's interesting. So, like, prior to seeing the first part of the movie, first part of the play of the movie of the part, yes. Prior to seeing that last year, I actually hadn't really had any experience with Wicked as a property prior to then. I did, though, like, I had read, I don't know how many people have read, like, I mean, I don't mean, like, in general. Oh, there they go. Okay. Let me try that again. Hang on. I don't know how many people in here have read the books. Not Wicked, but like the actual Wizard of Oz books. Because there's more than one. There's like a lot more than one, actually. And so like, I remember as a little kid, going, like with my mom to a thrift store, and they had at that thrift store, the second and third Wizard of Oz books, like big, in big hardcover, like versions of them. And that would be, I believe the second one is called The Road to Oz, and the third one is called Ozma of Oz. And, like, if you've ever seen the Return to Oz movie, it kind of adapts like the second and third books if you squashed them together and removed the main character from them and replaced them with Dorothy. Because Ozma is kind of the main character of both the second and third book, but she's kind of not really in that movie except for like at the very end. So like it was interesting because, like I said, I've read a number of the Oz books over, like, in the course of my life, because, like, I really enjoyed those two. I was never the biggest fan of, like, the, like, older movie, I guess, but, like, I really enjoyed the books, and I liked the kind of, I guess, expanded world that existed beyond just that first story, I guess. So, like, Wicked obviously doesn't really, like, follow that, it's kind of going more off of like the movie version of things, sort of. I think there's some bits and pieces here and there that are kind of a little bit more like referential to the book stuff, kind of, sort of. But like definitely taking a lot of its visual cues from the movie. But still good. So I don't know what my point was so much, but I enjoyed watching Wicked, that first movie. I'm looking forward to the second one. Oh, I guess I can say that like there's actually some really good Marvel Comics adaptations of the Wizard of Oz books, believe it or not. Like, I don't know how easy they are to find now, but like, not too long ago. Wait, okay, I guess I shouldn't say not too long ago. I found them not too long ago. Let me see. Wizard of Oz Marvel comic. 2009. Okay, so it was, I guess they were adapted, what, that would be 16 years ago? I definitely found them more recently. Probably like 5 years ago is when I found them, but so they shouldn't be too hard to come across, I think. Seriously, like back in 1967. Look, no. Not that old. No. So yeah. But like they're actually pretty good, like adaptations of the books. They're kind of fun. So I guess my point being, if you saw Wicked and you want to see some more like cool, like Oz related stuff, those comics are pretty cool. Let me see if I can find, let's see, let me look at that again. Wizard of Oz. Let me see if I can find. Yes, here we go. I actually really like this frame here. Can I? Oh, is this? This is probably not going to show up terribly well. Let me see if I can find a better. Nope. This is a Goodreads. But I think I can. Yeah, whatever. We can make this work. If I pull this up, where's the window capture? Let me see if I can make this a little easier to see. So yeah, this is from Ozma of Oz, and Dorothy is in that book. She's also like a total sass bucket in the books, and in like that's one of the things. It's like in that original, like not original, but like in the older movie or whatever, she's like kind of just very passive, like a very passive character. Like stuff just kind of happens to her. Like in the books, she's a total sass bucket. Like she's great. She's also way younger. You heard Defying Gravity once and you got hooked. Yeah, that's a great song. Like, holy shit. Such a good song. So, yeah. I would love to see that play live. I think that would be amazing. Despite the extra hour from daylight savings, you're still rather sleepy, so you're off to bed. Have a lovely evening. Thank you very much, Pocket Mochas. I hope you have a wonderful night. Sleep well, Pocket Mochas. Sleep very, very well. Rest well. Exactly. Yes. But yeah, that's like one of the fun bits of like the books, because like in the movie, like she's a lot older of a character in the movie, and she's just kind of there. Like I said, she's a lot more active of a character in the books, and she's also a lot younger. She's like, I think like 8 or something. Something along those lines. And she's just kind of like a bratty little kid, and it's kind of great. She's kind of, like I said, total sass bucket. But we got an extra hour last night. Did we gain an hour? I think we did gain an hour. Yeah, we did gain an hour. Because, like, yeah, time fell back, right? Spring forward, fall behind, I think, right? That's the thing, right? So, yeah, we gained an hour last night. So, we had an extra hour of sleep. But, you know, still, doesn't matter. Still good when you get sleepy. That goes for everybody here. If you're getting nice and sleepy, eepy-seepy, sheepy, eepy-seepy, sheepy, then absolutely feel free to head off to bed. Got confused? Yeah, it's daylight savings is kind of confusing. Like, it's actually kind of wild because, like, I know there's been attempts to like do away with it because, like, it doesn't really serve a purpose anymore. So it's just kind of confusing for no reason. But it keeps not happening, right? Like, so I don't know if we'll ever stop doing it, but yeah, I know some of my non-American friends get frustrated by the fact that we do it, because I know, like, talking to Jiro specifically, I'm thinking about, like, the fact that, like, trying to talk to him about, like, the timing of things, and he's just like, why do you keep changing your times? Why do you do this? And I'm like, I don't know. It's just how it works. It's just what we do. It seems normal to us because we've always done it. So I think there's areas in the U.S. where they don't do that, though. I'm not sure. I think there are, though. Let's see here. The U.S. is the only one that, yeah, daylight savings time is a U.S. thing. Nope. I'm fairly certain I'm fairly certain that the United States is the only country. I might be wrong about the only country, but most countries do not do daylight savings time. Actually, I'm curious about that now. Let me take a look. Is daylight savings observed outside the U.S.? It's multi-country, but not worldwide. Yeah, I just looked it up. Daylight savings time, also known as summertime, is the practice of advancing clocks during part of the year, typically by around 1 hour around spring and summer, so that daylight ends at a later time of the day. As of 2025, daylight savings time is observed in most of Europe, most of North America, and in parts of Africa and Asia. So, interestingly enough, parts of Canada do it, but not all of Canada. And I think specifically the part of the moon that Jiro lives on does not do it. But yeah, most of the world does not. Like, so like here if I open this up. Open image, please. Like, oh, that doesn't quite work. All of the stuff in gray, all of the stuff in gray does not, which is, you know, and I think what do the colors correlate to? Hang on. Oh, they also don't apparently all run them the same time? Yeah, interesting. Anyways, point being, so I was incorrect. It is not just an America thing. However, it is not a worldwide thing. So, do bears get an extra hour of sleep for daylight savings? It's not all of Australia, no. It's not all of Australia. It's apparently not all of Canada either. But like, there's just like pockets that just don't do it, which is interesting. But I mean, I got an extra hour last night. Obviously, in the springtime, I don't. That's an hour less. So, you know, that part sucks, but it happens, I guess. So, yeah. Bears are basically on Beerus' sleep time, but shorter. I mean, I guess it depends on the bear. I don't really hibernate per se. In fact, I probably don't get enough sleep. Anyways, I'm not gonna worry about that part. So, yeah. Like, anti-hibernation. Like, reverse hibernation. I just stay up all the time and don't sleep at all. And it has no negative repercussions whatsoever. Don't worry about it. But that's okay. That's okay. It's not true, though. It's not true. I do get sleep. I do. I get enough sleep. It's usually around 6 to 7 hours that I get. Actually, in the US, you move your hour ahead and back. In Australia, they replaced our clocks entirely. They take a hammer to the old one and smash the horrifying spider that lives behind it. It's true, though. It's very true. Yep. Daylight spider time. Don't like that. So, you know. That's why the clock salesmen are still in business. It's true. It's true. That's why all clocks originate from Australia. I think. They just keep the spiders over there. Actually, no, I don't think that's true. I think it's the all spiders. I don't know how audible that was. I think my cat just knocked something over in the other room. Anyways, all spiders actually come from Australia. Australia is where all spiders are made. That's where the spider factory exists. And every spider in existence comes from Australia. We just get them because because all of the clocks also come from there, and the spiders just come over with the clocks. Chris is a special bear, that's why no hibernation. It's fine. I don't hibernate per se, but I do sleep. Sometimes I sleep a lot. I guess that's technically hibernation. Well, in any case, so So, right. Hang on. Crap, I hope that wasn't that loud. That sounded louder than it made. CIA is going to be after me for revealing that secret. It's fine. In Minecraft. There. Now they can't do anything about it. legally they can't do anything about it now because I clarified that it was in Minecraft. In Minecraft saves everything. It's true. Still baffled on how Minecraft has an OST. I mean, it does. Minecraft has music. It just doesn't play all the time. It's really pleasant music, too, in fact. So that's cool. Like looking around at the stuff I have. Not sure what I'm gonna do next. Actually, I could just come back in here and whisper to you guys again, maybe. Just a little bit. Just a little bit of whispering. Not too much, just a little bit. I don't know. Anyways. Now that you know I'm safe, you should be heading to bed. You have an early start tomorrow. Fantastic. Have a lovely evening, Urban. Sleep well. Sleep well. Sleep very, very well. That's why when you play basic Minecraft, you never hear music, which is why you don't associate with music. I mean, like, I've definitely heard it, like, as I start up the game. Like, it's very, very occasional. It's not often. It's just little bits here and there and here and there and there and here and here and there. I don't know what I'm doing. Just kind of blabbing. But. Looking forward to more I guess I can pull this up right now. Some of the mod pack things, like Sonic and Mega Man X ones. No, the base game has music. It does. Like, it does, though. Yeah, there is actual music in the base game. It does exist. It's just not. It just doesn't play constantly. It's mostly ambient noise, ambient sounds, or whatever, for the most part. But there are little bits here and there with music. It's true. I mean, the game wouldn't have an OST if it didn't. So, but let me see here. Let me see. I haven't put this up yet. But it's a very, very short schedule. There it is. Oh, I also didn't put the filter on this. Oh well, that's fine. This is next week's schedule. I'll be playing some Hollow Knight Silk Song. Apparently don't have a time on that one. It's 7 p.m. I don't know why it doesn't have that properly on there, but you get what I mean. Playing more Silk Song, playing more Grand Blue, and playing more Earthbound next week. This week? Next week? Is it this week yet? Hang on. No, it's 10:34. But yeah. So, what there's a thing I haven't done in a while, and that is reading some No Saturday or Sunday Time to Cry. I'm sorry while running. I'm sorry. I mentioned last night that, yeah, unfortunately, I mean, not unfortunately, because, you know, it's important and it's good, and stuff, but, Suzu and my anniversary is next weekend, so, we will be spending next weekend together with each other, going and celebrating our anniversary together. We have actually, I believe, this year, I think, it's not 10 years like of being married, but it is 10 years since we've met each other. So that's kind of awesome. Like, that's kind of a big deal. So, yeah, we've known each other now for 10 years in a week, which is kind of wild to think about. That is huge. So, yeah, we will be busy next weekend for that reason. So, but, so if you can hang on for this weekend, next weekend, the weekend after. So not this coming Saturday and Sunday, but the Saturday and Sunday after. I mean, really the Friday after that, the 14th, is when it happens. That's when it happens. That'll be the date that the new model is revealed. Well, not revealed, you guys have seen it already, but it's when the new model will debut, and I'm very, very, very excited. Very, 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 very excited. Johto Best Mainline Region. I like a lot of the music in Johto. It's a very, very good soundtrack. So a thing I haven't done in a minute is we haven't read. I for a while I was going through and reading Night Vale episode transcripts. I might do some of that again tonight because it's been a minute. Seacrest doesn't stream on Fridays. I mean, not normally. I'll be streaming that Friday, the 14th. So, there's that. Pokemon Crystal Clear. I don't think so. Wait. Crystal Clear. I've played one. There is a Crystal ROM hack I have played. Which one was it? Hang on. Pokemon Crystal Clear. I don't know if this is the one I've played. Oh, you know what? I think I have played a little bit of this, actually. Oh, wait, no. I just realized there is Fakemon in this one. The one I played did not have that. I'm not sure which one it was I played then. But that was not that one. The gyms can be done in any order in that one, and they scale by the amount of badges you have. Also, you can make any town. Okay, yeah, I have not played that one. No, I have not played that one. It was... What was the name of it? Hang on. Pokemon Crystal hacks. Which one was it? Okay, let me try this again. Not Crystal. We'll say Pokemon Gen 2 ROM hacks. Oh, it was Prism. It was Pokemon Prism was the one I played. Pokemon Prism. Crystal Clear is basically vanilla Crystal, but with extra features. One of the avatars you can choose for yourself is Bile from Mega Man X. That's a choice. But yeah, let me pull this up. Because it's been a minute, so let's do one. Maybe more than one. We'll see. Welcome to Night Vale transcripts. Which one? I don't remember. Let me see here. I think, yeah. I don't remember which one we were on before. But yeah, I think this one's good. Oh, there it is. I forgot we hadn't done that yet. Twitch, accept your input. Hang on. Okay. There we are. Okay, here you go, guys. Sound of opening a can is so satisfying. I try to be careful with it because I don't want it to make too big of a noise. I'll have to do it very slowly. But there you go. This one is Dragon Whispers, a fruit bomb with a tropical punch. Yeah, that is fruit punch. All right. It smells. The smell and the taste are kind of different. The smell is very like it smells kind of like the Lifesaver gummies. It's kind of the smell I got, or I guess maybe gummies and gummy bears in general. The taste is kind of more just general fruit punch, though. It's good. I do like it. But let's see here. I'm going to go ahead and read one of these here. This episode of Night Vale is called First Dates. No, not First Dates, First Date, singular. It originally aired on July 15th, 2013. Mountains. Endless mountains. Peak after barren peak. And what lies restless in the shadowed valleys? I cannot say. I cannot say. Welcome to Night Vale. Hello. Let's start there. Let's start with a greeting. A simple hello. And then let's move right into the most exciting news. The most wonderful news. As you may remember, a few weeks ago, along with the beginning of a vicious war against us by tiny people from a tiny underground city, Carlos, the beautiful scientist, finally returned my expressions of affection. And not in that dry science way he always used to use, saying things like, I'm not calling for personal reasons. I need to tell your radio audience about the strange hole that might appear in their wall. Oh, yeah, I forgot. There's a strange hole that might appear in your wall. He said it was important to tell you, especially with what happened at the Smithwick house. I forgot. That was a while back, so I guess it doesn't matter much now. But yesterday, when he called me, he started his call by saying, I am calling for personal reasons. Also, my calculations show a strange source of energy approaching the town, but not emanating the kind of light that such a source should. Isn't that so sweet? And, well, one thing led to another, and last night we went on our first date. I just have to tell you about it. I have certain obligations, though, so first let's get to the news. The secret police, in association with the vague yet menacing government agency, announced that those trucks full of crates far out in the desert are nothing, and that we shouldn't worry about them. The trucks, which no one in town knew about until this announcement, are filled with crates that are warm to the touch. Some of them tick, others do not. Don't even worry a little about them, says the secret police. Forget we said anything. No, really, remembering we said anything is now against the law. We reached out to Lieutenant Regis of Unit 7 of the local National Guard station and KFC combo store for a comment, and he said he's been ruminating on a lot of things. Just a lot of stuff's been running through my mind. That's an interesting phrase. Running through the mind. Where are the thoughts going? Are they trying to leave? And if so, for where? When pressed to comment specifically about the trucks full of crates out in the desert, he just repeated everything he had said, except with the exact same inflections and gestures. Well, I'm sure these crates won't come up again, and pose no further danger to any of us. No more on this story ever, I'm sure. The Night Vale Public Library will be expanding into a second branch, the Night Vale Private Library. This library will be right next door to the current location, and will only be available only to one person, local billionaire Marcus Vanston. It will contain thousands of books on any given subject, an interactive children's area shaped like a full-sized pirate ship, and a biography section featuring not just biographies of Helen Hunt, but also biographies of Sean Penn. Plans include floor-to-ceiling windows facing the public library, which Marcus, the only person to ever be allowed inside, says he will use to stroll nude through his library, staring ordinary citizens in the eyes as he does not read or make any use of the towers of books around him. Marcus continued, "Maybe I will pick up a book and open it as if I were going to read it, but then reveal to those watching that I am holding it upside down before laughing and throwing the book away. I'm not sure. I haven't planned out every moment. I will definitely be nude, though." The Public Library Board of Directors issued a statement via loudspeaker from their helicopters that hovers continuously over our city, indicating that they feel this expansion will serve the community by showing how rich Marcus is and what a great guy that obviously makes him. And have you seen how many cars that guy owns? Wow. Reports also indicate that the Night Vale Private Library will be entirely free of librarians, a fact that will be of little comfort to the many public library goers who are injured or killed in librarian maulings every year. Remember, if confronted by a librarian while holding a book to check out, do not attempt to escape by climbing a tree. There are no trees in the library, and the precious moments it will take you to look around and realize this will allow the librarian to strike. Don't become a statistic. Alright, news done. So now let's talk about the date. Carlos and I met up in Old Town. I was wearing my best tunic and furry pants, and he had on a laid-back weekend lab coat. We were both beautiful in the late afternoon sunlight. Each other's dreams met in a real-world moment. Our destination was none other than Gino's Italian dining experience and grill and bar, the fanciest restaurant in town. It was a perfect day, other than the strange blot of darkness buzzing on the edge of town, but that was probably yet another Applebee's under construction. We went arm in arm into Gino's and were immediately seated, with no memory of who greeted us at the door or how we got to our table. Situated in a classy, understated, and absolutely doorless room. The full Gino's experience. Their menu is somewhat limited after the ban on wheat and wheat byproducts, so we each ordered a single portobello mushroom, served rare and bloody, as is the Gino's way. From the window, we had a great view of the sunset and of the buzzing shadow thing, which seemed to have moved closer. "I've been thinking," Carlos said. "Uh-huh," I said. "Yeah, that's what I've been doing lately," he said. "Thinking. It's part of being a scientist. What have you been up to?" And so we talked, just us and our bleeding mushrooms and the buzzing shadow presence, and a blooming haze of romance in the air. Hold on. Station management is apparently getting agitated, flailing around their office and howling. So I need to do more news real quick. Violent incidents increased across the entire Night Vale area over the last several weeks, as the people of the miniature city under Lane 5 of the Desert Flower Bowling Alley and Arcade Fun Complex continue to wage their war against us, with tiny bodies and tinier weapons. Citizens are urged to protect themselves against this army in our midst by stomping everywhere they go, and keeping a vigilant watch towards the ground rather than keeping our eyes closed as we usually do. In related news, the City Council has erected a monument to the fallen Apache tracker, that hero who died for the welfare of us all. The monument will be dedicated in a secret, silent ceremony, attended by no one, and the monument itself will be buried somewhere in the desert where no one will find it, because he was also a racist embarrassment, and we don't want our town associated with that kind of thing. And now, the community calendar. Monday will be the annual Bluegrass Festival, held in the burned-out shell that used to be Louis Blasco's music shop before he lit it on fire and skipped town with the insurance money. Participants can huddle among the ashen remains, casting haunted looks at each other and sharing some of their favorite bluegrass dirges. Legend has it that if you look into a mirror and say absolutely nothing 3 times, Louis himself will appear and teach the crowd some simple, easy bluegrass licks before taking your soul back with him into the dark of the mirror. Tuesday is a holiday. Make sure you have adequate emergency supplies and plenty of clear plastic sheeting. We're not sure which holiday it is, so have all possible antidotes on hand. Wednesday, the staff of Dark Owl Records are getting a band together. We know a lot about music, they'll say, grabbing knives and hammers. We should start a band. Definitely, they'll continue, over the screams. Let's get a band together. We should do that. Thursday through Sunday will be a blur of routines and practicalities, a series of moments and actions that we will fail to notice as we experience them, and will forget the moment they are gone. This has been the community calendar. Alright, boring stuff done. Back to the dates. We wrapped up dinner at Gino's with a slice of their special invisible. Wait, friendly warning to make sure alerts are off. They should be. Yes, they should be off. The only things on are just my microphone and the music. So, me right here and music. But yes. We wrapped up dinner at Gino's with a slice of their special invisible, non-corporeal, and tasteless carrot cake, which was as light as air and resembled air in all other qualities as well. Our waiter, formerly a heavy-set man with a large mustache, was now a buzzing shadow man, defined only by the absence of light in the vague shape of a torso and limbs. Presumably, our former waiter was on break. We asked for the check and then made our escape from the doorless room by breaking the window using the brick. Oh my god. While running. Aww. Thank you so much. Thank you. I appreciate it very, 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 very much. We will definitely, I will definitely swap out those keycaps on a future ASMR stream. 100% definitely. Yeah. We might actually do that during the debut stream. Can I move the music playing icon somewhere the cloud beach won't get in the way? I can do that. Yeah, that's fine. Give me 1 second. We could move that up here. Right there. There you go. What was let me see here. So, yes, thank you so much for that while running. I appreciate it very much. I'm excited. I'm excited to swap those out. So, possibly during the debut weekend, I might turn on the hand cam and we can swap those out maybe. If not then soon after that, very soon, because I'm excited to do that. Carlos and I, oh, the magic of that phrase, oh, the ecstasy of all that simple conjunction can imply, took a stroll through Mission Grove Park. It was just us and the trees and the crowd of our fellow citizens who were all doing the usual recreational activity of pointing at the sky and shouting in terror. I asked Carlos if he wanted to join in for a round, but he said he'd already been scared of all the empty sky implies yesterday, and so was pretty tired. If you want, he said, we could do some tests on the trees. I've been meaning to do some scientific tests on the trees. They seem normal, but given all that I've observed in this town, there's a significant chance that they're not. Well, of course, I could not pass up the opportunity to perform real science side by side with my Carlos, and so we approached the nearest tree, an old sagging thing, and began to perform tests, the nature and purpose of which I am not remotely qualified to describe. Meanwhile, our fellow park-goers had ceased screaming and taken up being strange buzzing shadow beings, all of them standing exactly where they had been, but were now defined only by the absence of light in the vague shadow of torso and limbs. I stroked Carlos's cheek. I don't know if he noticed. He said the tests were inconclusive, was perfect in face and form. And now, a word from our sponsors. Looking for a home security solution? Good luck with that. Want to feel safe when driving your car? Get in line. Fearful when walking alone at night? Well, you should be. When life seems dangerous and unmanageable, just remember that it is, and that you can't survive forever. Denny's Restaurants. Why not? And now, a station editorial. Listeners, a lot has been made about the topic of beauty, and I don't think we in the media always do our best to promote healthy self-images. Movies and magazines and TV shows and advertisers love to use photo and video editing to make people seem skinnier, fairer, more appealing to a false ideal of human beauty. And I think this takes a strong hold of us, especially children. But remember, you are beautiful only when you do beautiful things. Full lips aren't as beautiful as full laughs. Skinny hips aren't as attractive as a quick wit. Think about treating others right, and those others will flock to you in screaming droves. Just peel back those artificial layers, Night Vale. Unzip that name brand coat, those skinny jeans, wipe off that makeup, and gently, but very quickly, peel off that skin that's covering up the true you. Look at those exposed eyes, dangling unprotected from their gaping sockets. Look at the blood and sinew slowly uncoiling from quivering bones. Admire that slippery viscera trying to squeeze under those dynamic ribs of yours. You are organic, to be sure, listener. Be proud of who you are. Speaking of pride, speaking of beauty, more from my date soon. But first, the weather. Remember how you said you couldn't pick? Throne picked for me because the other ones are out of stock. Oh, yeah, that would do it. Well, that works, I guess. So the weather on every Night Vale episode is a piece of independent music. The weather for this episode was a song called Team the Best Team by a group called Doomtree. Let's get right back into it, shall we? After the park, I drove him back to his lab, next to Big Rico's Pizza. The drive was difficult because at this point it seemed that everyone in town but the two of us had hopped onto the buzzing shadow entity train, and were loping around town as malevolent holes in our reality, emanating an energy that made the hairs on your arm and stand and your bowels vibrate. Or maybe that was just the chemistry I was feeling. A woman ran at our car screaming. A few of the shadow people chasing her, but before I could even touch the brake, she must have changed her mind because she'd already turned into a shadow person herself. It's like, run from the shadow people or become one. Make up your mind, lady. We arrived outside Big Rico's, and there was an awkward moment at the end of every date where you pause outside the person's door, and it's like, should I call the city council and submit the standard end of date report, or are you going to? Also, I was wondering if he was going to invite me into his lab to look at all those beakers and humming electrical equipment. Well, he said, pointing to the lab, this is me. Uh-huh, I said. I should probably do something about this buzzing shadow thing, he said. A few experiments to see if I can save the town. Oh, I said. Do you need any help with that? No, he said. A scientist is self-reliant. It's the first thing a scientist is. Oh, I said, but softer, sadder, which is when he leaned forward and kissed me, just once, just gently, just before slipping out of the car and into the lab. I'll tell you, listeners, I was almost swallowed by a cloud of malevolent shadow energy on the drive home, and I hardly even noticed. I was so happy. I guess Carlos managed to find a way to defeat the shadow energy, as everything seems normal today. A couple neighborhoods are emptied out, sure, with books and food and televisions left where they had been at the time of the sudden vanishing, a tableau of a life that will never again be. But it wouldn't really be a weekend without that happening somewhere, right? Night Vale, my sweet and only Night Vale, may you find love. May you find it wherever it's been hidden. May you find who has been hiding it and exact revenge upon them. As the old song goes, love is all you need to destroy your enemies. Finer words were never chanted. Stay tuned next for Efficiency Hour with our own productivity expert, a reversed voice underscored by hypnotic pulses. And with all the love in my loving heart, and with a loving voice in a loving and terrifying world, good night, Night Vale. Good night. And that was First Date. So, yep. It's been a minute since I've done those, and I feel like I am out of practice because I was definitely tripping over myself trying to read that, but hopefully you enjoyed. I hope. I never really know how much you guys enjoy those. I don't know if they're good or not. Hopefully. But anyways, yeah. We've got another hour, I think, before we're wrapping up here tonight. Pulling up the raid thing just so I can get a sense of who's out and about right now. Not raiding yet, obviously. We're still going for another hour at least, but that's okay. I'm just taking a look just to see. In any case, yeah. Let me see. Hang on. Kind of ran out of momentum here a little, so but yeah, I guess I'll mention again just because I want to make sure people are aware, I suppose, even though I said it a couple times tonight. Friday the 14th at probably noon. I'm probably going to start it at noon. But Friday the 14th at noon is when I will be debuting the new model. And I'm probably going to try to do a fun little like VTuber tier list thing. Again, I have to figure out exactly what I'm doing there. I'm kind of thinking, hello Anon, how's it going? I'm doing well. I just finished reading a transcript from an old podcast that I used to listen to a lot of, called Welcome to Night Vale. So we were reading from an episode from that. It's a very weird podcast, but it's fun and silly. Kind of creepy, but mostly silly. Good thing it ain't Friday the 13th. No, it is Friday the 14th, not 13th. Friday the 14th. Probably around noon. Good. As for you, just arrived home from visiting family, so you got a bit of time to stop by. That's fantastic. Welcome in. I hope you're having a wonderful evening. And yeah. But yeah, I think what I might try to do, I know the one. I do know the one. All right, give me one moment. Kumasho. Hang on, let me do this. Kumasho. Kuma, 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 kuma. Masho, 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 masho. Excuse me. Move. Kumasho. 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 Kuma, 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 kuma. Masho, 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 masho. Kumasho. 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 Yep. But I'm thinking of doing something like magical girl themed. Suddenly got 70% of your health back. Thank you so much. Of course. But like, yeah. So like thinking like trying to like slot people, I guess, like categorize people into like what role within a magical girl anime I think they would like be in with like their VTuber designs and stuff. So like maybe they might be part of the magical girl squad. Oh my gosh, thank you so much. Is it Kaden JGM123? Thank you so much. Please let me know if I'm pronouncing that correctly. Is it Kaden? Do I have that right? Or maybe it's Kaden. I'm not actually sure. If I'm pronouncing it wrong, please let me know. I'd be happy to correct that. But welcome in. Thank you very much for the follow. I appreciate it. What was I saying? The first one, Kaden? Absolutely. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for the first time chat also. I hope you're having a wonderful night. But yeah, so like maybe somebody's in the magical girl squad. Maybe they're like, part of like the normal person friend group. Maybe like the parents. Your role would be the mysterious and quiet ally who supports the main group despite having a tragic backstory. But yeah, like maybe they're like monster of the week. Or maybe they're like the mascot. Or maybe they're like one of the enemy generals. I don't know. Might be a thing. We might do that. Might be something else too. I'm not entirely sure. That's just the thought I have right now. We'll probably do one of those because those are fun. Especially for like events and stuff. I will probably be playing, well, not probably, almost definitely, I will be playing more Signalis, because that game was awesome, and I'm looking forward to more of it. Possibly more Earthbound, also. We can probably, honestly, I could probably finish Earthbound if I really make a push for it during that weekend. But we'll see. Yeah, I'm not sure exactly what else I'll be doing that weekend just yet. But it'll be a good time, regardless, I'm pretty sure. It'll be fun. But yeah. Oh, sure thing. Alright, Anon. Here, let me do this. There you go. Hopefully that was good. But yeah. My adorable laughing anti-Seattatas. I'm glad. I'm very glad. But yeah, I'm trying to think of like what else to like move to. Actually, you know what? I've been enjoying doing this, and it seems like you guys let me know it was a good sound, so I'm gonna do more of it. So we're gonna come right in here and day was good. It was a good day. We did not do too much, but that kind of thing can be nice too. Just having kind of a low-key, relaxing kind of day. Did I read around to Shadow and Sonic X Shadow Generations? I have not, no. Sounds like you're trying to swim in a cotton candy cloud. Oh, this? Hang on, let me get this back again. So what that is I'm using a 3DO microphone, which I think I've explained before. It's a binaural microphone, so you have this side here that is your right ear, and this side here that should be your left, and it's actually shaped like ears. It's got these little silicone ears right here, and I can kind of, and so like the actual like microphones are like on the inside of the ears, so I can do things like coming right inside the ears. And so I've got this like wearable blanket that I picked up this weekend, and it's very, very soft and fuzzy, and so just putting that right in the ear and just kind of giving a little rub, a little ear rub. Hello, gamers. How is it going? I hope you're doing well. Plot twist, the wearable blanket looks exactly like this model. It actually isn't that different. It's actually really not that different. It's like a big hoodie. It's like a big blanket with armholes and a hoodie, which kind of is not that different from what this looks like. So yeah, it's not that different. You're just making a joke. I mean, it is a big, and it's like it's got kind of like a little fuzzy like bit on the inside that's like kind of where the little stars are. There's no stars on this one, but hello, CJ. How's it going, lovely CJ? I hope you are doing well. I hope you're doing very well tonight. I always have such like strong nostalgia for the Link's Awakening soundtrack. It was my first Legend of Zelda game because I had a Game Boy way back when I was a kid. You doing okay? I'm doing well, thank you. Yep, Link's Awakening was my first. If I remember correctly, where is it? Hang on. Should be somewhere in here. Hang on. I'm actually not sure where it is. Somewhere in this room, I actually have my Game Boy that I had from childhood. Haven't played Link's Awakening before. Hopefully it's fun. It's pretty good. Parts of it haven't aged necessarily the best, although the remake on Switch helped with a lot of that. But if you enjoy like the top-down, a Game Boy. It's a Game Boy, like the big gray brick. Yeah. I did also have a Game Boy Advance, but started with a Game Boy. But yeah, if you like the top-down style of Zelda, Link's Awakening is very good. It's kind of a pared-down experience because it was on the Game Boy, but still, surprisingly, don't have a Game Boy, even though you have a few Game Boy games. Oh, like you have the cartridges, just not the system? That's interesting. Huh. Well, wait. Do you have a Game Boy Advance? Because you could still play the Game Boy games on a Game Boy Advance, I think. So, like, I think that makes sense at that point. Because it would still work, right? So, but yeah, I had Link's Awakening, the SP version. I had Link's Awakening. I had, I'm trying to think of all the stuff I had as a kid. I had Link's Awakening. I had Final Fantasy Legend 3. I had the Donkey Kong, not Donkey Kong Country, but Donkey Kong, like the Game Boy Donkey Kong game. Mario Land 2, Wario Land, Kirby 2, what else? Oh, obviously Pokemon. All the Pokemons. Donkey Kong 94. Yeah, because Donkey Kong Land, I think, was Donkey Kong Country, but not. But yeah, no, it was Donkey Kong 94, the one where you're playing as Mario. Which, also have Kirby's Adventure 2. Incidentally, Donkey Kong 94 kind of, informed, to a degree, my Get Big, redeem, because, like, that's kind of the reason why it's like a bunch of mushrooms falling on me kind of thing, because that happens at the end of Donkey Kong 94, like where like it's the boss fight, right? Because like you it's a funny and cute reference, kinda, yeah. Oh my gosh, thank you so much, Jagoba Uchiha, thank you so much. I'm probably pronouncing that incorrectly and I apologize. Jagoba Uchiha, what is a Naruto reference, I believe, isn't it? But like welcome in. Thank you. I appreciate the follow. Anyways, what was I saying? Just hope I don't smash you with your massive bear claws when I grow giant. Yeah, because like you like that last bit of Donkey Kong, like you knock Donkey Kong off of the building or whatever, and then like in the process of doing that, like I guess like a thing that had a bunch of super mushrooms like breaks open and like a ton of super mushrooms like fall down, and so like DK like grows like super huge. So like when I was like playing around with like trying to figure out what like making that redeem work, I was like, oh, I'll just do that, because it's like, oh yeah, like if one super mushroom makes you like grow a little bit bigger and then you just drop like a buttload on somebody, they'd grow real big. So that was the idea, at least. I don't know. Anyways, I promise I won't smash you with my massive bear claws. First game you ever owned was Pokemon Yellow. I think my first one was Kirby's Dream Land. Still can't believe Donkey Kong 94 influenced the Mario vs. Donkey Kong games. Yeah, I guess they did, huh? You did play the latter. First game you ever played was Super Mario Land. Wait, so you owned... Oh, I guess you probably played it without owning it, huh? I guess, is the point. The first one, I think, yeah, Kirby's Dream Land was, I think, my first. But, in any case, Ketchup! Hello! Welcome in! How was your stream? How was your ASMR stream? Welcome, Raiders! Welcome. The copy of Super Mario Land 2 belonged to your cousin. Ah, I see. Ketchup raid, yes, exactly. How's it going, Ketchup? How was your stream? I hope it went well. Hello, everybody who came in with Ketchup's raid. If you are not familiar with me, my name is Sucrose Shigeki, aka Sucrose Collision. I'm a grizzly bear VTuber and a variety streamer, and I mostly focus on retro style content, but I do a little bit of everything. On Sunday nights, I do ASMR content, or just cozier content in general. Sometimes it's cozier games, but tonight we're doing some standard ASMR and just kind of yapping. And let me see here. Stream went well. You opened some magic cards and then started the 3rd annual candy tier list. Not even halfway through yet. Ah, I see. Any notable additions to that tier list this year, or any like changes from prior years? Out of curiosity. But yes, if you and your raiders need to raid and run, I completely understand. Please take care of yourselves post-stream. But if you do want to hang out for a little bit more ASMR time and some cozy chatting for probably another half an hour or so, you're more than welcome to be here, and I'm super happy to have you. Thank you again so much. You got some Lesser Evil popcorn bags this year. Pretty good stuff. Oh, is Lesser Evil a brand? I've never heard of that, actually. I'm guessing it's like healthier popcorn. Oh my gosh, excuse me. There's some that you're looking forward to but haven't gotten to yet. Ah, I see. Oh, so it's like it's ranking candy you got this year, or something like that. That's cool. They pop the corn with coconut oil. I see. You're eating the candy as you go. That's really cool, actually. I like that. As usual, Ketchup, if you do have a particular ASMR redeem you would like to ask for, thank you, Ketchup. Please let me know. I'd be happy to do those for you. We were talking about Game Boy games that we have like owned and played and remember. We were talking about the fact that I owned a Game Boy growing up, and a lot of like nostalgic gaming memories come from that for me. Talking about Donkey Kong. I guess it's called referred to as like Donkey Kong 94, which is different from Donkey Kong Country or Donkey Kong Land, but it was the like playing as Mario, like the old arcade game, except it turns out it's not just the old arcade game. It's like a bunch more after that. And mentioned the fact that my Get Big redeem kind of sort of references well, I mean, that's not really like a direct reference, but it kind of was inspired a little by the end of that game. Anyways. Speaking of those games, you played the crap out of Dragon Tales Dragon Wings as a kid. Interesting. Um, my first video game console was the game. Well, if we're counting handhelds, then the Game Boy for sure. That was definitely the first one. We didn't. I've talked before about the fact that like we didn't really own a gaming console for a while. Like okay, technically speaking, and I've definitely talked about this on stream before, but technically speaking, in general, not just handheld stuff. Technically speaking, my first video game console, period, that we owned was a Philips CDI. I am not joking. So, yeah, I've talked about before the fact that like my parents, I think, saw that as like, you know, a more educational console to get us, and so that was the first thing they bought at the time. So like I did play Hotel Mario and the Zelda CDI games as a child. So I did play Hotel Mario. The video game you have the earliest memories of playing was DK Country with your uncle. Or, oh my gosh, Ski Free. Holy crap. No, I remember playing Ski Free. Like, I don't know if it's possible to not get caught by that Yeti, but I definitely got caught and eaten by the Yeti all the time. Your condolences. It's fine. It's fine. It's a fun story. It's a fun story that I can talk about in hindsight now. Thank you so much for the follow, Energy Serpent Gaming. Welcome in, welcome in. The Yeti was great. It kind of was, actually. Legend of Zelda CDI games. I think I played... I don't think I played Faces of Evil. I think I played Wand of Gamelon, which was the one you play as Zelda in. So, like, because I thought at the time that it was really cool that, like, Zelda was, like, the hero of that one, and that's why we got that one, I think. Probably. That's probably was the reasoning behind that. Because, like, I had played Link's Awakening before, and I had seen, like, Link to the Past and stuff, but yeah. But if we're not counting the CDI, because like I'm trying to think of the other games I had for that. I had there were several like encyclopedia style things, like more educational titles, right? There were a couple of like read along style, like interactive books kind of games, quote unquote, where it was like you're going through like a story is being read to you or whatever, and at the end of it there's like some mini games you can play. Leap pads, kind of, yeah, a little bit like leap pads. Like a visual novel type of game. Not, well, I mean, I guess in a way, sort of. The one I remember us having was a Berenstain Bears story, I guess. Because I don't think it was like a book. I don't think there was an actual book that it was based on. I think it was a story with the characters. So, it was the Berenstain Bears on Their Own, I think was the name of the story, and it's like about how like brother and sister bear are like wanting to go to the carnival or whatever, and like they have to prove that they can be okay by themselves doing responsible things first. Your first video game console was the N64? Our first video game console after the CDI, right? So not counting that one, was the Super Nintendo, because the price of that, I think, came down like a lot after the N64 came out. So yeah, that was the first one that we owned outside of the CDI. So we had an SNES. I had obviously Mario World. Had Final Fantasy III. Which is actually 6, but yeah, it's called Final Fantasy III on the SNES. Zelda: Link to the Past. I had one of the Star Wars games, I think. I think Empire Strikes Back was the one I had, maybe. What else? We had a Super Game Boy, because that was like kind of a no-brainer, like for being able to play like all of the Game Boy games that we owned on the TV. So like that happened. What else did we have? I think I had Harvest Moon. I never owned Earthbound, but I played Earthbound on the SNES. Harvest Moon is a game where it's like, if you've ever played Stardew Valley, it's based on Harvest Moon. Basically, you like inherit a farm and you like start building up that farm from like nothing, basically, and like you can get married in the game and like upgrade your house and all that stuff. So but yeah, you've never played Stardew Valley. You've seen a fair amount of gameplay of that. Yeah, Stardew Valley is basically a more modern Harvest Moon. It's the same exact concept, like so what else? I had Pilot Wings. Did I have Star Fox? I think I had Star Fox. Yeah, I think we had Star Fox. What else did we have? That might have been it. PS1 is your favorite retro console? So I never had a PS1, but like we went from like after the SNES, we got a PS2. So I went from CDI to SNES to PS2. So that was a weird transition. The actual Harvest Moon games now go by the title Story of Seasons. The game's still using that name. Yeah, because like there was like the rights to the name Harvest Moon stayed with a different company. So yeah, Story of Seasons is the current one, I guess. Sorry to read and run. Need to get ready for bed. Sugar crash is imminent. Probably not going to make an ASMR vid tonight. That's fine. Go get some rest. Catch up. Sleep well. Catch up. Sleep well. Good night. But yes, thank you again for the raid. I appreciate it, and I appreciate you. Go get some sleep. What was I saying? I remember, but yeah, we got the PS2 for Christmas, and I think it was like, that one was like, pretty much like right when it came out, I think, and like, I think if I remember right, like, I remember like one of us, either like one of my brothers or me, opened up, I think it was me, because I think I opened up, one of the presents was Final Fantasy IX, and, I was like, okay, we don't have a PlayStation, but I mean, this is cool. I like the Final Fantasy games, so like that's cool, but I don't know what I'm gonna play this on. But when I got that game, it was like, oh, wait a sec. Does that mean there's a PS1 in? Well, does that mean there's a PS1 like that we're gonna open up soon? Is there a PS1 in here? And my parents were like, no, there's not. And we're like, yeah, there is. Of course there is. And then we eventually got to the present, like the big present that was like that was the PS2, and it was like, what? It's a PS2. So got the game first and then the console. Well, I mean, we got the game and the console in the same day because it was Christmas presents. So, but like that was kind of wild at the time. I happened to open the game before the console, so the best present you can give is my smile. Aw, catch up. Catch up. But yeah, I had, we got a couple PS1 games for that. I had Final Fantasy 9, what else did we get for that? Ape Escape. What other PS1 games? There were a handful. Did we get any? Yeah, I mean, we got PS1 games for it first. Question answered. Yes. Final Fantasy 9, Ape Escape. Eventually, there were like the ports of like Final Fantasy, like the older Final Fantasy games. But that wasn't like right away. That was later but like that was also like Chrono Trigger was also part of that too. So, because I never owned Chrono Trigger for the SNES, so that was how I got to play it the first time, was on the PS1, but on the PS2, but PS1 game. But anyways, really need to play the Spyro and Crash games eventually. It'll happen. It'll happen eventually. What else? I remember I got, never played Chrono Trigger. It's still one of my favorite RPGs of all time. I think it's amazing. I think it's I think it's one of the best SNES era RPGs for sure. Like, honestly, it's really good. It's also, I think, it's one of the better uses of time travel in an RPG, I feel like. And it's just a really fun game. I've played it on stream. I might, thoughts for later. Thinking about the fact that, like, I'm pretty sure there's, like, randomizers and stuff for that, so. If laughter is the best medicine, then Seacrest's laugh can cure depression. Aw, you guys. But, yeah, let's see here. I remember PS2-wise, we got there was a game called, was it Fantavision, I think? It was like a little sort of puzzle game, but you were like setting off fireworks. I think Fantavision was the name of it. Hang on. Wait, what? Seacrest grows giant and beats up plumbers with barrels ASMR when? There is a section in the Discord. It's in the subscriber area, I think, for requesting ASMR scripts. I mean, I could do something like that, maybe. I'm not sure what... Like, I get that it's a joke. I understand that it's a joke, but, like, I'm actually, like, thinking about that can actually happen. Well, I mean, like I said, there is a section in the Discord for requesting ASMR scripts. Like I said, subscriber section specifically, but yeah, no, people can request, like, I think Ketchup request, yeah, it was Ketchup that requested the, now you're suddenly tempted. Ketchup requested the, like, Big Sister, helps you beat a boss fight in a game one that I wound up doing. It was you. You were the turkey all along. It's true. Ketchup was the turkey. Not gonna lie, I'm actually like, because like I said, I know that these are jokes when people like mention these like potential scripts, like these potential role plays, but I always like immediately like, wait, what would that be like? What would I do for that? What would I do for something like that? I don't know. I mean, obviously, like, exactly as written might be kind of tricky, but, yeah. I don't know. I'm tempted to come up with something for that, to be honest, but we'll see. Let me see here. You could use Donkey Kong 94 in my lore as references for making the script. I could, kinda, like, I mean, the beating up plumbers with barrels part kind of doesn't work for ASMR unless it's like a pure joke kind of thing. But like I'm trying to think of like an actual ASMR roleplay that could work with that. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe I can come up with something. I don't know. It sounds like fun. Sounds like it would be fun. What have you done? Don't worry about it. It's fine. Anyways, the game in question I was thinking of, hang on. I do want to look that up because I that's gonna bother me. Is it Fantavision? There is a video game called Fantavision. Yeah, no, that was it. That was absolutely it. It was yeah. It was a game where you are setting off fireworks, and that's the game. Let me see here. Hang on. This should show, I think. Hang on. Yeah, I think that works. Oh, hang on. It looked like this. I can make it a little bit smaller there. There we go. It shouldn't play any sounds, I don't think. Let me see. Yeah. Nope, I do remember this. So, like, you had to set off, like, the same color, or, like, you had to chain these in specific ways in order to, like, set off the fireworks, and you'd get points, or you'd, like, your grade would be better or worse depending on, like, how you combat these. I just remember, like, putting on, like, relaxing music and just playing this to, like, relax. It was kind of fun. Looks tricky but fun. Yeah, kind of. In any case, next time you use the trigger, should you just call Kumajo the Sucrose Special? I mean, you could. The next time you use the trigger, I mentioned earlier that, like, this is, technically speaking, this is the last ASMR stream I will be doing with this model. The next ASMR stream I wind up doing will be with the new model. So there's that. So it might be extra fitting by then. Who knows? But yeah, so I had that. There was a game called, was it Orphan? I think, because it was like based on like an anime, actually. Orphan Scion of Sorcery. Yeah, oh my god, I remember this. Like it was an RPG, but I think it was more action RPG-esque. It should, yeah. Yep. Oh my gosh, I do remember this. Oh my gosh, thank you so much. Is it AmdisVT? Hello, welcome in. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate it very much. But yeah, does this show the actual game? This is like cutscene stuff, but like, yeah, the actual gameplay. Because I think it was like, I'm trying to get to like actual. Oh, that is a giant enemy crab. Yeah, so it was like action RPG-esque, I think. I don't remember if it was any good. I just remember that we owned it. So, you know, that's a thing. So I had that. What else did we get? Eventually I had Final Fantasy X. More of the Ape Escape games. Because I think Ape Escape 2 was on PS2, I think. Katamari, obviously. Well, maybe not obviously, but, you know, Katamari. Had Katamari Damacy. What else? I'm sure we had, like, Kingdom Hearts. Like, yeah. So, yeah, we had a lot. Oh, right. I think I had Sonic Heroes on the PS2 also. So, yeah. Anyways. Yes. You're more of a Nintendo person growing up, so you sadly don't have any nostalgic attachments to any PlayStation or Xbox games. It's interesting because, like, I kind of was a Nintendo kid growing up too. We were just like lagging behind on the consoles in that regard, like, because like I had the Game Boy and then the SNES, but I never owned an N64. We did rent like an N64 a couple times. Sonic Heroes is the exception, even though you played the GameCube version. One of my cousins had like a Sega was like a Sega kid. Like she was very much like Sega, like I guess while we were kind of like the Nintendo like household, I guess in a way, like she was more of a Sega one, and like she was like, we got along pretty well because like she was like very tomboyish, and like I kind of was too, so like yeah, she so like I would go over whenever I was like visiting or whatever, we would play like stuff on Dreamcast. Yes. So I played Dreamcast a couple times at her place. What did we play? I'm trying to remember. I don't remember if she had anything that was like multiplayer, so it was more like we just take turns. Like, so I played Sonic Adventure on that. I don't think she ever owned like a Saturn or anything like that. I think she went from like the Genesis to the Dreamcast. Yeah, that was a thing. The only games you can think of for that console is Sonic Adventure 1 and 2 and Phantasy Star Online. Did Sonic Adventure 2 come out for the Dreamcast, or was that, like, after the Dreamcast was done? Oh, the other thing she had, Crazy Taxi. Yeah, Crazy Taxi was another one. Marvel vs. Capcom 2 on that console was actually, like, really good. It also came out for the Dreamcast. I see. Evolution: The World of Sacred Device. I did not play that. That one doesn't sound familiar. But yeah. Yeah, like, weirdly enough, like, fighting games were, like, really good on the Dreamcast, even though I didn't play that many of them. I played Marvel vs. Capcom, but that one game with the knockoff demons. Oh, I know which one you're talking about. Mostly because I think Nitro Rad did a video on it at one point. I think that's where I saw it. But yeah, anyways. What was I saying? Yeah, after the PS2, I think the next thing I had after that was the Wii. Illibleed, yeah. Or no, Illbleed, not Illibleed. Illbleed. Yeah, I've never played that, obviously, but, like, the only thing I've ever seen about it was, you have a funny story with the Wii? Yeah. Played a lot of Wii Sports on that thing. Also had, Mario Galaxy, Pokemon Battle Revolution, played a lot of GameCube games on that. I never owned a GameCube myself, but, like, I played a lot of GameCube games on the Wii, so that was a thing. So that was cool. But yeah. You were into Super Smash Bros. Melee for the GameCube back when Brawl was announced. You were excited. Yeah, I also played, I also did play, I guess I did also play Smash, like the original Smash Brothers. But again, like, that was because, like, we rented an N64 a couple times from, like, Blockbuster or whatever. You got so excited that you bought the game first and then got a Wii a year later. That's kind of funny, actually. Like, that sort of reminds me, like, when I got, like, Pokemon, like before I got Pokemon, like, Red and Blue, I think, I'm trying to remember exactly how this happened. I think one of my relatives, like, I don't remember if it was a grandparent or an uncle or something, but, like, they knew that I wanted Pokemon, but I don't think they understood what Pokemon was. So I wound up getting, as a gift, the strategy guide for Pokemon, like Red and Blue, but not the game, for, like, a bit. So, like, I had the strategy guide for Pokemon. Thank you so much. Is it the Minds 89? Thank you. Yeah, so, like, I had the strategy guide. That was actually true for a couple of things. Like, for consoles, especially for consoles I didn't own. Like, for games where, like, I wanted the game, but I didn't own the console. So, like, I wound up, like, getting the strategy guide for that, and would just read the shit out of the strategy guides. Your name will change in, like, 60 days. It is what it is because of a bit. I see. Well, is there something you'd prefer I call you in the meantime? But I appreciate the follow, regardless. So, Sapphire. Welcome in, Sapphire. Am I pronouncing that correctly? Is it Sapphire? Cool. Awesome. I will try to keep that in mind, but also, at some point it will probably change and I'll be able to see it just as it is. But I'll try to remember in the meantime that it's Sapphire. Please feel free to remind me if I forget. But, yeah. What was it? Cincy Kid, welcome in, welcome in. Thank you so much for the raid. Hello, welcome in, raiders. You were playing Clover Pit. What kind of game is Clover Pit? I haven't heard of that one. I hope it went well. I hope you are having a wonderful night. What kind of game was that? But yes, hello, raiders. Welcome in. If you are not familiar with me, my name is Sucrose Shigeki, also known as Sucrose Collision. I'm a grizzly bear VTuber and a variety streamer. When I'm not doing ASMR content, I'm mostly focused on retro-style content. Of course, hello. You followed because I'm cultured enough to like Pokemon? Yeah, I love Pokemon. On Sunday nights, we do cozier games and full ASMR streams occasionally. Tonight, we're just kind of having a little yapping stream. But Cincy, if you need to raid and run, same thing goes for your raiders. Please take care of yourselves post-stream. I completely understand. But if you do want to hang out and wind down your evening with me for a little bit longer, you're more than welcome to be here, and I'm super happy to have you. Thank you again so much for the raid. I really do appreciate it. Let me see here. Clover Pit is basically gambling. Yeah? Just like, what? Like as in like, it's a gacha, or as in like, love hanging out with me in the community, makes you feel warm inside. Aw, thank you, Cincy. I appreciate that very much. Thank you. I'm glad. We've been talking about games we grew up with, and like consoles and like the standout like games that we had for each of them. It's fake gambling trying to escape a room. Oh, interesting. Slot machine, you have to make enough money to survive. I see. Interesting. Okay. That's cool. What was I saying? Yeah, so, what were we on? We were talking about the Wii, I guess. And like GameCube games on that. So your first consoles were SNES and PS1. Parappa the Rapper and Super Mario World were your childhood games of choice. That's awesome. Yeah, so like here I'll go back over like the short version again, that like my console history is kind of wild. So like the first thing I ever owned was a Game Boy, but then console wise, my first console was a Philips CDI. And then I got an SNES, and then a PS2. That was the order in which we had our consoles. So, it's definitely perfect for those who may or may not have a gambling addiction. I see. Parappa the Rapper, did I ever? No, I did definitely own Parappa. That's one of the ones I forgot. Because like I was talking about the fact that like there was a Christmas when I was a kid where it was the Christmas that we got the PS2, and I opened up one of my presents, and it was a PS1 game, and we didn't have a PS1, and so I was like, wait a second, are we getting a PS1 for Christmas? And then my parents were like, you're not. And it's like, okay, yeah, of course we are. And then it turned out it was a PS2 instead, and we kind of flipped out. So, Parappa's adorable. It's really fun. That game is really fun. I think that might have been my first ever rhythm game, now that I think about it. I think it was. So, yeah, that game is probably responsible for my love of rhythm games. I remember, like, as a kid, like, learning about the fact that you could get, like, the, like, above, like, the above great score or whatever, where, like the freestyle mode or whatever, and, like, mostly just got there by mashing buttons, so... anyways. That's kind of a thing. Yeah, I do remember that. I never played Jammer Lammy. Well, I shouldn't say that. I did play Jammer Lammy. I played it on stream, and it was way harder than I expected it to be. Because I was like, oh, this is a spin-off of Parappa. It's got to play similarly. And it kind of does, but it, like, actually really, like, just is way harder for no reason. Well, not for no reason. It just was a different kind of game. But, did have Parappa 2 for, like, PS2 at 1.2. The Parappa games are just a lot of fun. Yep. Let me see, what else? Trying to remember all of the stuff, because, like, I can remember some of the ones, like I said, from, like, very early, when we first got the console. But, like, obviously we got more as time went on. Oh, right, the Mega Man X stuff. I was at the Wii era. Yes. Yeah, it went from Wii... I mean, after the Wii, it was kind of, like, a steady progression at that point, right? Because I got the Wii to, like, and then got the Wii U, and then the Switch. In the middle of that, though, I did own an Xbox 360 for a bit. Or rather, excuse me, I never actually owned an Xbox 360, but I had a roommate that owned one, and so I just had access to it, which was also around the time that I started getting, like, a lot more heavily into fighting games, because I got Skullgirls for that, and started trying to, like, really learn how to play fighting games for real off of that. And then that led to the rabbit hole that I eventually, went down far enough until I came out the other end at Grand Blue. So, Skullgirls, haven't heard that name in years. Yeah, I played it, like, when it first came out, and then a little bit more when they did their, like, their Kickstarter to, like, kind of get control of it back, I guess. Because, like, there was the whole thing with the publisher for that. So I played that. And then from there played I was so okay. This is kind of a funny, like, trajectory, I guess, because, like, I found a group of people, like an online group, like, playing, like, fighting game stuff, because I found out about the fan project that was, like, the My Little Pony fighting game, Fighting is Magic, and the developers of that game had basically, like, a little online group, and so, like, I joined that, and Them's Fighting Herds. Yeah, yep. Yeah, it eventually turned into Them's Fighting Herds. Hello, Minari. Hi. How are you doing? Yeah, that game would turn into Them's Fighting Herds eventually. But yeah, I was actually in a like online, like, community group with the devs for that game back when it was still the pony fighting game. And one of the devs for that game was, like, really into Melty Blood, so, like, I got into Melty Blood from there because I was, like, playing with people in that community, and then I went from there to Undernight because it's the same company, and then from that to, like, BlazBlue, Crosstag, then from that, then DBFC came out and I got into that, and then wound up into Grand Blue from there. So it's just a weird trajectory, like, the fact that I wound up getting as into fighting games as I got because of, like, a My Little Pony fighting game. It's just kind of funny. My Little Pony and fighting games is an unexpected combination. Yeah, it kind of is, but yeah, no, that the game that they were working on did wind up coming to fruition. It just was no longer ponies by the time, like, it was not My Little Pony themed anymore by the time that it came out, because they got a cease and desist. So instead it was just like generic, like, four-legged creature fighting game. Lauren Faust did help with the designs. They did. She did. Yeah. That was actually super cool because, like, basically, did I play that changed version? Yeah, I've played it. I haven't played it a ton. One of my friends is very into it, but I haven't played. Like, I haven't like learned it. But it is a fun game still. I play when I do play it. I play. Oh gosh, why can't I think of her name? The character that was originally like going to be Twilight Sparkle. Them's Fighting Herds. Characters. Not Velvet. Oleander was the one that was Twilight and then became, and still a unicorn, just not an MLP unicorn anymore. But yeah, no, it was kind of interesting because like they got the cease and desist like right before they were ready to like release it for download, and then obviously they were like, well, we have to scrap the project, and then Lauren Faust was like, hey, if you guys just want to like keep making this game but not with those characters, I'll make character designs for you. And that was kind of amazing. So hopefully mechanically it basically worked exactly the same, like to the point that like here, if I turn this back on, like the characters like look, well, because again it was Lauren Faust that did it, that did the designs, so you have like you can kind of tell which character was going to be which, right? Like Oleander was definitely Twilight, Pom Pom was Fluttershy, I think Velvet was Rarity, Tianho was Rainbow Dash, and Paprika was Pinky. So, Arizona was Applejack. So yeah, it was neat. It's still a good game. Like technically speaking, I think still out there and still supported. So yeah, that's a thing. But yeah. Oh, I just realized it's after midnight. Seacrest becomes even more adorable and talks about fun childhood stories. ASMR when? That's now. You best start believing in ASMR streams, Anon. You're living in one. But yeah. That it is funny to me that like I won't say that definitely wasn't my actual entry point into fighting games, because like I had been playing them prior to that. But that was like my entry into like starting to take them a lot more seriously, was the My Little Pony fighting game. So, but yeah, I'm very happy with the current state of where I'm at in fighting games right now. Granblue is very fun and super, super pretty to look at, and my roommate is the real MVP. Well, kinda, yeah, I guess. I mean, there was also stuff for like PC, like stuff was coming out for PC at that point, like more, like regularly, I guess. So I probably would have still gotten there even without the Xbox 360, but point being that I did start playing Skullgirls on Xbox because we had it. But like Melty Blood was on like Melty Blood was on PC, and Them's Fighting Herds. Well, Fighting is Magic that was going to be on Baked Naruto 420. Thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate it. Welcome in. So like that stuff was on PC also, but there was also like it's around the time that like I got into kind of like also playing older fighting games like on like MAME or whatever. I think is it Multiple Arcade Machine Emulator, I think, MAME. And there were a couple of like fun ones there. Like I think I played a lot of like the older like King of Fighters games off of that. There's a game called imagine combining me playing a fighting game with ASMR. I mean, I've used my hitbox as like ASMR sounds before. Like I can do that right now actually. I can just take my hitbox right here and it's a kind of a thing. But yeah, like some of the older Street Fighter games also I played that way. There's a really like goofy like fighting game for the Neo Geo. Oh no, that's the hitbox. So the down button. I mean, it's basically like I think it's basically keyboard switches. Oh my gosh, thank you so much for the follow over there. Or no, sorry, not follow, the subscription over there on YouTube. I appreciate it very much. Welcome in. But yeah, they're basically, I think, keyboard switches more or less anyways on this thing. So it's not terribly different sounding from typing. Some like stuff that's actually like arcade buttons, like Sanwa buttons, I think Sanwa, or Sumitsu, like actual arcade parts, like they'll sound a little bit like snappier and clickier. These ones are the type of hitbox that I have is a little bit more like soft sounding because I think it's more keyboard switchy. So it still kind of has that mechanical keyboard sound to it, but it's not quite as like clacky in a way. But yeah, there was also a like it is relaxing. Yeah. There was also a like really really goofy fighting game for the Neo Geo called Waku Waku 7 that I remember playing actually kind of a lot of because it was like really like goofy and silly and fun, and I really liked the because like so it was kind of funny because like it's a very like basically like anime trope parody kind of thing, and like you don't think hang on, let me find like let me look up images here. Hang on. Yeah, that kind of works. Hang on, I'm trying to find good. Yeah, that works. Sorry, I know I'm like there. It looked like this. But yeah, like all of the characters were like anime parody things, and I liked Arena a lot. She was like the magical girl slash like girl with animal ears kind of like character. So she was who I played for the most part, and like yeah, if I remember right, there's a bonus character literally named Bonus Kun, and he was basically Ryu from Street Fighter, except he was a punching bag. Like literally he was a punching bag. Let me see here. Oh yeah, and like the final boss is this like ancient evil monster named Fernandez, and it's a kaiju battle in the middle of the city, and so like because like the story is like the so it's called Waku Waku 7 because you're like you're collecting the 7 Waku Waku balls, which are basically like it's the Dragon Balls. So like because you get your wish granted if you get all 7, and so each character that you're running into is the reason you're fighting them all. Like the reason you're fighting everybody in that game is because everybody has one, and like all of the characters in the game has one or have one. So you're collecting them by beating them up and taking them from them, and then your character, whoever you're playing, gets, once they get all 7 of them, they're like, oh yay, I get to have my wish now, and they take it to the place that you're supposed to take them to do that. Surprised the Waku Waku balls isn't Anya's version of the Dragon Balls. So yeah, you take it to the like this like statue in like the park or whatever, where you're supposed to like gather the balls together to make your wish, and like it basically like it breaks open the statue, and like a fairy comes out, and she's like, and I guess she's supposed to be the one that like grants you your wish, and she's like, well, I'm glad you freed me, but I was kind of keeping this like evil monster thing trapped in there, and like this big like ball of energy comes out and like just starts growing huge, like, and like just like kind of forms into like this big like smiley face ball in the middle of the city, and she's like, yeah, you're gonna have to fight that thing now, and like your character is like 2 pixels tall at the start of that stage, and then she's like, no, don't worry, I'll also make you grow big. So like then you like get like giant and fight like Fernandez in the city like as a kaiju battle. It's kind of really fun. It's one sassy fairy. I mean, I'm paraphrasing the way she says it, but like yeah, it's a goofy game and I like it a lot. So but anyways, yeah, there's definitely a file myself. It's one of my favorites, but also that I guess makes sense given like I have an affinity for that kind of thing, so like yeah, of course. Like it's really cool. It's really cool. I love that stage because it's just like, it's kind of absurd. Oh, here I found a picture of Bonus Kun actually. Oh, this is a tiny picture. Can I actually find a bigger version of this picture? I can't. All right, that's fine. I'll just open it up here. If I can I scroll it up? Well, that's Bonus Coon. He's literally a punching bag. So, let me see. Is this like the full? Hang on. Whoops. Where is this? Go like. But yeah, no, it was goofy. A punching bag of a goober, yeah. Let me see here. If I go. Yep. Yep. Itty bitty on the screen there. And you fight the big smiley face monster. It's cool. I like it. Anyways, it's almost 12:30. I should probably wrap up here. On the surface, it looks like a traditional fighting game. Definitely should. Well, it's also not very, like, I don't think it's very balanced or anything. It's just, it's very, like it's kind of chaotic. Also, I think if I remember correctly, like, there's actually, like, a lot of, like, flashing lights in it. So, like, if you're sensitive to any of that stuff at all, it's actually a little egregious on that front. So that's kind of a thing. So you do got to be careful of that, but definitely traditional fighting. Yeah. I may look into exactly how, like, rough that game was on the flashing lights end, because if it's not too bad, or if it could be toned down, maybe I'll try to play it on stream at some point. That might be kind of fun, actually. Okay, let me see here. Let me see who is out there. Imagine you play Waku 7. Yeah, I mean, same brain cell. Yeah. Let me see here. Let me see who is out there doing ASMR stuff tonight that we can raid into. I think, yeah, we have raided into Ember fairly recently. Okay, so we have not raided into Jay recently, actually. So, thank you for a comfortable and cozy stream. Absolutely. Thank you so much for being here and hanging out. Let me see here. I'm gonna send you guys off to Jay VTuber, because he is definitely a very, very cozy ASMR streamer himself. I will. How fitting of his song. Yeah, kinda. We're gonna find out where I rank in the sucroses. If I am still his second favorite sucrose, or if I've been demoted to third, or possibly even further lower, or even lower than that. But if I'm lucky, I'm still second. So let's see here. I'm gonna go ahead and start that right up. There's multiple sucroses. His favorite sucrose is the Genshin Impact sucrose, which when the first time I rated it into him, he told me I was his second favorite sucrose. So it's been a running joke since then that every time I come in, he will call me either his second or third favorite sucrose, because it depends on whether or not he also feels like literal table sugar is ranking above me at the time or not. So in any case, those of you coming with me on the raid here, oh, hello. I'm so sorry, Dash. I apologize. I missed your stuff over there. I was clicked away from the YouTube chat. I'm so sorry. But yes, hello. Thank you for chatting over there. Anyways, those are our raid messages there on the Twitch side. And be back on Tuesday for some Silk Song. But until then, I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your night and a great start to your week. And I will see you next time. Have a good night, chat. Sleep well. Hang tight for that raid.